Cheddar cheese is named after a small village in the West Country in England. We're here to watch the traditional method of making it and find out why cheesemakers restarted the centuries-old tradition of storing it in caves. The Cheddar Gorge Cheese Company is the only dairy in this village, so we're about to see the real deal. About 333,000 tonnes of cheddar are produced in the UK per year. To get the official Protected Designation of Origin label, West Country Farmhouse Cheddar, the cheese has to be made in one of the 4 counties: Cornwall, Devon, Somerset, Dorset. The cheese must be made from milk from grazing herds no more than 30 miles from the farm. It has to be made from a traditional recipe. The curds need to be turned by hand, and it must be aged to a minimum of 9 months. The earliest record of cheddar anywhere is at Cheddar in Somerset in 1170. The land around this village has been at the heart of English cheesemaking since the 15th century. Today, as many cheddar producers have upscaled and required more land, there is only one traditional cheesemaker left in the village. The Cheddar Gorge Cheese Company produces 60 tonnes of cheese each year.
But certainly down here you have the Somerset levels, and then you have the top of the Cheddar Gorge, and each year you would get a lot of water coming down from the gorge, bringing a lot of silt, which really made the pastures verdant and very, very nutritious.
In the morning, 2,000 litres of milk is delivered from a farm 4 miles away. It takes around 10 litres of milk to make 1 kilogram of cheddar. The milk is agitated, which mixes the fat evenly through the milk. Some farmhouse producers use pasteurised milk, but here it's raw milk.
We use it unpasteurised. We need to know that the quality of the milk and the safety is fine. The farm that we get it from has Friesian, Holstein Friesians, British Friesians.
A vegetarian replacement for rennet is then added, which sets the milk into a junket. This is cut to form curds and whey. The curds and whey are heated to about 40 degrees Celsius to make the curds solid. This influences the moisture level in the finished product. Cheeses like Gorgonzola and mozzarella have a lot of moisture in them, so they go off very quickly, whereas Parmesan has little moisture, so lasts for a long time. Cheddar is somewhere in the middle, around 40%. The starter cultures develop and multiply. The whey is drained away. Next, the all-important cheddaring process, where the curds, now having the texture of chicken breasts, are turned and cut.
What cheddaring does is it squeezes the curd and forces more whey out of it. And gradually it'll get drier and drier, and the texture changes very quickly.
The curd is salted by hand to preserve it, and milled into small chips. It's pressed into a 25 kilogram mould and left overnight. In the morning, it's dipped in hot water to smooth the edge of the cheese and remove the imprint of the cloth. It's then treated with a vegetarian-based substance. The use of cheesecloth is a vital way of allowing the cheese to gradually dry and develop a rind. The only thing that identifies it is a tag that states the date of production and the weight of the cheese. The mellow, mature and vintage cheddars are all stored on site, where they are turned, and the free mould is vacuumed away. The cave mature variety is carried into the famous Goths Cave in the Mendip Hills. The constant temperature and humidity, nearly 98%, provide perfect conditions in which to mature cloth-bound cheese. The moisture content is a critical component, and it ensures the cultures and enzymes move on more quickly, producing a more complex flavour. It takes on the natural yeast and mould from the atmosphere in the cave, leading to an earthy flavour. The cheese's strength is defined by the length of the aging. For mellow cheddar, it's 4 to 6 months, mature 10 to 12 months, and vintage 20 to 24 months. Cave matured should have less of a bite at 12 months old. We tried some out to see if there's a taste difference between the maturations.
The first one I'm going to have a little bite of is the cave matured cheddar. It's really creamy. It almost has the consistency of quite a medium to mild cheddar. You can tell the difference of the rinds here. So I've got the cave aged one, which has sort of like that really damp, quite dark colour on the rind of it. And then I've got the vintage one, which is just a little bit lighter. Okay, now let's try some of this. Wow, the flavour of that is incredible. It has such a kick to it and such a bite. Immediately when you cut into vintage cheddar, you want there to be almost a flakiness to it, and that's exactly what this has got.
The company is the first one in recent memory to reintroduce cheddar cheese back into a natural cave environment to mature. The PDO label was set up to protect the industry from non-genuine products. So why did the Cheddar Gorge Cheese Company opt out of it?
Some years ago we had PDO status for our cheese, but we deliberately opted out of it. So with the PDO you can make it from pasteurised milk. We make all ours from unpasteurised. With the PDO you can mature it in plastic. We mature ours in cloth, and we are still doing the things that would enable us to qualify for PDO. What we've just done is go on a little bit further, quite a lot further,